As rugby's profile continues with its steady growth in Indonesia, last Saturday the popularity of the free-flowing contact sport here was on display.
The annual Crown Jakarta 10s held on the first Saturday of May saw a gathering of 22 teams in the idyllic setting of Jagorawi Golf and Country Club in Bogor, West Java.
The 10s format diverges from the traditional full 15-a-side format to suit a tighter schedule, ideal for this one-day event. Rugby union is physical, fast and high contact, with the standard 15-a-side rapidly wearing players down. Once the numbers are stripped down to 10, far more space on the field is available and things move much faster. And they did this weekend at the home of Indonesia's oldest existing rugby club, the Jakarta Komodos.
That goes back actually right back to about the 1920s and 30s before World War II, but obviously there was a break, and then in the early 70s it got up and running again thanks to the expats. The club that's actually hosting this tournament today, they started rugby here in about 1971, and then in the early 2000s it was decided that it was time to get more Indonesians playing rugby. So in 2004 we started Indonesian rugby, and we're coming up on our 10th anniversary in a couple of weeks' time.
There were 12 minutes to a match, with two halves of 7 minutes for the finals. All started and ended by a foghorn from the organisers' tent from 8 in the morning to 7 in the evening. Matches were played simultaneously on two separate pitches and after the sun had fallen away under floodlights.
You know, the Indonesian players go very well. They've got better year on year as they're playing more rugby, and as you get more interested in the game and you start playing more games, they do get better. A couple of years ago they probably would have been up against it a bit more, but they'll go good guns, and I'm sure some of them will get into the cup as well, so that'll be great.
While the sport has its roots in the expatriate populations that often begin followings in the countries where they have set up shop, this is no expat-only affair. Teams from around Southeast Asia, Bali, Sumbawa, Java, as well as a host of sides from Jakarta itself, were out in force, some with both first and second teams gracing the field of play. The sport's recent expansion has largely been driven by the Indonesia Rugby Union, PRUI, and its efforts to inspire new teams.
Yeah, there is. There's a huge effort going on. That's not so much from the Komodos. We have a junior rugby section. Predominantly that is expatriate based, but there's some great work going by PRUI, which is the Indonesian Rugby Union, in terms of developing rugby in schools. And they've got a lot of RDOs, which would be regional development officers, going into the schools and trying to spread the awareness and the love of our great game.
Indonesia became a full member of the International Rugby Board last year. One hallmark of this growth has been the development of the women's sport. A junior team, the Red Ants, played an exhibition on the day.
Karena apa, kayak menantang gitu kan, terus beda juga dari yang lain, terus jarang juga, jadi kayaknya ada kesempatan besar aja, kayak gitu.
Ya kalau saya sendiri sih karena apa ya, kan rugby itu baru ya di Indonesia, istilahnya saya mau coba yang lain daripada yang lain, jadi kayak yang cewek tuh kayaknya takut gitu, tapi kita cewek udah mulai duluan, jadi kita mau lebih banggain nama Indonesia gitu.
Nanti pada bulan Desember 2014 itu akan ada pekan olahraga pertama untuk remaja. Nah, kita perjuangkan ya, semoga rugby ini harapannya bisa menjadi minimal eksibisi di situ, supaya ini menjadi olahraga yang lebih tersosialisasi lagi di kalangan pelajar, kalangan mahasiswa.
There were both old names, like the Bali Chili's, and the much fresher faces of Universitas Negeri Jakarta. A newly formed team, UNJ has already gathered a significant all-Indonesian following and fielded both A and B sides at the 10s. The university even recorded its first ever victory on the day and eventually saw both its teams face off in the Shield final.
Sudah ada banyak, sudah ada 12 provinsi, masing-masing provinsi ada satu tim. Mereka sudah bermain di Indonesia dan kita sudah jadi anggota KONI tahun 2013. Di SEA Games 2015 di Singapura kita ada, eksibisi PON 2016 di Jabar kita juga ada eksibisi karena untuk menyambut tahun 2020 tuan rumah Papua itu ada rugby.
Oh, permainan ini unik ya. Keras, seru gitu, pastinya anehnya nggak boleh ke depan gitu kan, American football pastinya ke depan. Kalau rugby itu bolanya flat, ke belakang baru boleh. Oke gitu, gitu aja.
Rugby is known not only for the bond between teammates on match day, but the powerful social network away from the field and its role as a life coach, one that keeps players, once introduced to the game, coming back.
Kalau saya lihat, untuk saya belajar rugby, di mana dia membentuk karakter saya, karakter untuk bagaimana saya bisa menentukan sikap hidup saya. Di sini kita bisa lihat, kita bisa habiskan kita punya tenaga, habiskan semua emosi dan apa kita bisa selesaikan di lapangan. Setelah itu kita keluar, kita rasa puas.
The eventual winners of the Cup and the overall competition were Police United, one of several high-quality sides visiting from Malaysia, a country that has seen consistent rugby development for far longer than Indonesia. Perhaps a sign of good things to come here and for next year's Jakarta 10s. Indonesia highlights for Beri Satu World in Bogor, West Java.